everybody. I wanted to introduce you to the last writing assignment. You can get to it by clicking on the writing assignments button in our class and click on the folder for this assignment, and this is the actual assignment sheet. I'm going to open this and go through it with you. I want you to please text me or message me in Blackboard or email me if you have any questions about this assignment after we go over it, but please watch the video. It's taking just a couple of minutes, I see, to start. Okay. Okay, so this is the writing assignment that you're working on, and it'll be due on Thursday by 11:59 p.m. And this is going to take care of your research requirements for this semester. You're going to do research on the job that you can have once you finish your diploma or certificate at WGTC. So you need to have one Galileo source. You don't have to have all 5 to 7 sources from Galileo, just one source from Galileo. And you can also use Google, and Google is going to provide you with the best source of information, but since you have to perform a Galileo search, this is going to be the opportunity for you to do that. And I've got some samples, sources from Galileo that you might be able to use for your bibliography. You're going to use Microsoft Word, of course, and all of your citations will be in MLA format, and I have a sample I've got provided for you as well to show you how to do that. And I've got an additional video that shows you how to format your bibliography. I'll post that one as well. So in your annotation, you actually need to indicate the question number and the question below the source that helped you answer that question. So you guys know a bibliography is a list of sources, right? So an annotated bibliography is where you go below that source. After you write the source down, or you type the source information, you go below that and you actually write about what that source provided you, what information that source provided you. So you're going to answer these 12 questions. Several of the sources are going to answer more than one question. Okay, you're not answering A, B, or A, B, C. Several questions have that information down below. It's just providing you with additional search terms that you can use whenever you are looking for answers. So other ways of helping you answer a question. For example, the first one asks you, what types of careers can you work in after you receive your diploma or certificate? And I said, for what types of career jobs will you be eligible to apply after you complete your education at WGTC? And then I go on to give an example about me. So English majors can be English instructors, copy editors, tutors. They can find careers not only in education but in technical writing and marketing or advertising. Then I wanted to give you another little note. If you're going into an industry like welding or automotive repair, you may not have the job variety options like a cosmetologist or an English major might have. But what types of places can you find employment? So where could you find employment? And may think of yours that way as opposed to what kinds of careers, but what kind of places of employment could you find? And then for number 3, where is the highest demand for your job? So I went on to say even like in what sections of the state in large cities or smaller towns? Will you have to travel to make the most money, or can you remain in one location? So, and then I also added on number 12, the question is, what are the main job demands or requirements in your chosen career? And I said you could look for job ads to get an idea of the duties and responsibilities for jobs in your field. And then for number 9, what is the likelihood that your chosen career will be in demand for the next 30 years? And I'm thinking of your working years after graduation. And I said you could use career or job trends as your search terms in Galileo or Google. But a lot of these you will just take like average entry-level salary for welders, or national average entry-level salary for plumbers, or whatever you're going into, electricians, auto mechanics, whatever your field is. So I'm going to shrink this, and I just want to pull up the sample bibliography. So with this bibliography, and below the bibliography, I added some websites for you. They're just possible websites. So your bibliography will look just like this one, except for you'll have your name, of course, and you'll have my name. So I did one for myself, and I did not answer all 12 questions. I just wanted to show you how to do it. You see how I've got my name here in the upper right hand corner with the page number? I've got a video that shows you how to do that. And then I have my name, my professor's name, and I added English 1010 and the due date back when I created this. So the new due date for you guys is going to be April 25th, 2019. And your title will be just like this: information about careers in whatever your career is, cosmetology, and then colon, and annotated bibliography. So you'll write yours just like this. And then I found this website, and this is what I want you to do. Do it yours just like this one. This source answers the question number 1, and I put it in bold, and then I just copied the question and put it in parentheses. What types of careers can you work in after you receive your diploma or certificate? And notice I have the close parenthesis and the period, and then I space over one time, and I start answering that question. According to the source, I could look for employment in teaching, journalism, publishing, public relations, or even entertainment. And it just I tell what all I learned about my career, about finding a job in this area after I have my diploma or certificate. And then I also was able to answer question 10. What are 3 avenues you can have to find a job in your chosen career? And I just say, according to the PDF, I can network with others, letting them know I'm qualified and ready for positions. I can join professional associations or societies like Phi Beta Lambda, the College Division of FBLA, or Sigma Tau Delta, an English association. So you see, I just wrote what I learned at that website that helped me answer question number 10. And then I had one more, and this website was very helpful. It helped me answer questions number 5, 8, and 10. And I just put all those questions one after the other. Actually, I think I had added a question since. Let me find that one. Does a discrepancy exist between male and female salaries? I think that one would be number 8. What does your major career offer opportunities for advancement, or will you have to get further education to move up? Let's see, that would be number 10 on this one. And this one, so yeah, there's just a discrepancy in the question number, actually. So that should be number 11. And that one is number 10. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this and put it in here, put it back in the Dropbox for you guys. Or not in the Dropbox, but in the assignment sheet area, so you'll have it. Okay. Alright. So you can see I can answer 3 questions with this one website. So this is the annotation. This part right here is the annotation for this source. Okay? And then this is how the bibliography looks. You'll put your sources in alphabetical order according to the first author's last name. If you have an author. If you don't have an author, like I don't have authors, so I have to go by the first letter of the first word of the citation. And generally, if you don't have an author, the first word is going to be the title of the article or the website. So C comes before T. So of course this one has to come first in my bibliography. Okay? And this is just telling you information, 5 to 7 sources organized alphabetical order, just like I was telling you. And then you may find sources that answer several of the same questions. So in other words, one of the questions asks you, what is your entry-level salary in Georgia? So you may find 3 or 4 sources that give you 3 or 4 different answers, and you can mention that if you want to. I also provided you with some possible sources that you may find helpful. Some I found on Galileo, some I found on Google. The ones that say EBSCOhost, right here and right here, you see these? These are both from Galileo. So this one might be helpful for several of you. And I'm going to show you very quickly how to use it. I'm going to just copy this. I selected it and I pressed Control C. I'm going to go back into our class, click on my name, click on the little house at the very bottom here, and it's going to take me back to the Blackboard portal, and I'm going to click on the Galileo link under Tools here. And as long as I'm logged into Blackboard, I don't have to have a password. So please log into Blackboard and then go to Galileo. And I'm going to Control V to insert that title, get rid of that period, and press the search icon. And then, in just a second, it's going to pull up. There it is. And this article is from 2017. So I'm just going to click it because I want to show you how you can easily cite this source. Here we have the full text in PDF, so you want to read that and locate your career choice. And then once you find what you want and you want to use it in your bibliography, click on Cite. And you do have the option to print the source. You can email it to yourself, or you can create your own EBSCO. In this case, it's an EBSCO source. You can create your own folder and you can save it to the folder, so wherever you are, you'll always be able to use or locate that source again. But I'm going to scroll down right here till I get to MLA, and there is the information I need. I'm just going to press Control C after selecting it, and I'm going to go and open, just for a second, a new document so you can see how to do this. So I'm going to select it and press Control V, and you can see that this is not in Times New Roman 12-point font. And MLA does require you to use Times New Roman, and it's 12-point font. So I'm just going to keep it selected, and on the Home tab in the Paragraph section, I'm going to choose 0 before, 0 after, double space, And then under special, I'm going to choose hanging. And that's perfect. Now I need to complete this row, this line. And the way I complete that line is I determine about how much of this line will fit on this line. I'm going to put my cursor at the second 0. So I've got the 77/00, and I'm going to press the space key, and boom, it goes right to that line, and it's perfect. So now, when I get ready to write about it, I'm going to press the Enter key one time, the Tab key twice, and just, Jennifer, I think you made a little mistake. Let's see if I did. Yeah. So I'm starting to type about it, and you see how it wraps, and it is supposed to wrap and fall under the second and third lines of your source citation. You see that? It's very easy. If yours does not do that automatically, then you may have to finagle it by going to the end of your first line and pressing the Enter key and then pressing the Tab key. But most of the time, as long as you've set this to be hanging, Microsoft Word knows that you're trying to write a bibliography, and it's going to wrap for you just like it did for me right there. Okay, so I've got a couple here. One is for nursing specifically, and let's see, this one I think is more for those of you who are going into the ECE program. And then I've got one right here that's general for everybody. And this one is not a Google source. So I did provide a couple of Google sources. This one I think should be good for, many of you should be able to find information right here with this website. There's one more site that you can use, because when you go to these websites that are not from Galileo, they're just Google websites that you find, then you're going to need to cite those sources, and that can be kind of a pain. But if you use, let's copy this one right quick, and I'll show you what to do very quickly. I'm going to just select it and press Control-C, Control-V in the address, and the website should pull up for me. It does. And then I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to go to citationmachine.net. So I want to cite this source and look at all the information it provides for you. So we're going to go right here, and I'm going to scroll down until I get to MLA format. Click there, and then you can press Control-V, and that's just the website. You've chosen a website. MLA is the default. Make sure MLA is chosen on yours, but it is the default usually. Press Search Websites, and then it's going to come back, and there it is, the website. Click Select, and then it tells you what it found and what it could not find. So I'm going to press Final Step, and I'm going to have to go in and add some things to it. So when we go to the website, always look at the very bottom of the website to find out who sponsors it. So in this case, Nurse Salary Guide is also the publisher and the sponsor. Let me see if they put the wrong title. This one, Nurse Salary in Georgia. So we're going to fix that. So this is a great little website, but the website title is it's already got it for us. Nurse Salary in Georgia. The title of the website is Nurse Salary Guide. The publisher and sponsor is also Nurse Salary Guide. And we don't know when this was published originally, but it has been updated according to the website at the very bottom, 2019. And that's all the information we have. So I'm going to type in 2019 and press Create Citation. It'll take you just a moment, and then I'm going to select it and and Control C, open up my Control, okay. And now it put a hanging indent for me, very nice, but it did not change the font to Times New Roman 12. So I have to do that. And also you can see that the first line is not complete. So I'm going to try and see if I can press the space button after yeah, it works perfectly after the slash. So this is exactly how it's supposed to look. Okay, so I'm going to end this. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to see what it's supposed to look like. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Finding everything shouldn't take you too long, honestly, but if you have any questions or need some help, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. Thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your weekend.